Welcome back. A newly elected congressman from New York, Republican George Santos, admits he made up major details of his resume and background.
The acknowledgement comes after a New York Times investigation revealed Santos' personal and professional experience was false. ABC's Elizabeth Schultze has more from Washington.
In a stunning reversal, New York Republican Congressman-elect George Santos now admits he embellished large parts of his resume. Santos speaking out to City and State NY's Sky Ostreicher, saying he's sorry, but won't step down.
I'm not resigning. I have to leave Congress, Sky. It's going to be by a pink slip by the voters November of 2024.
A New York Times investigation last week found Santos lied about everything from his education to his work on Wall Street to his family background. Santos telling voters his grandparents survived the Holocaust and fled to Brazil.
My grandparents survived the Holocaust, so these regimes of socialism, Marxism, they don't work.
He now says he's clearly Catholic, only referring to himself as Jew-ish. Santos also admitting he lied about working at Goldman Sachs and Citigroup and about graduating from Baruch College. Still, top Republicans are staying silent about the revelations as they rely on Santos as part of their new narrow majority in the House. Democrats pouncing.
We need answers from George Santos. He appears to be a complete and utter fraud.
Santos did not answer specific questions about his finances. Campaign finance disclosures raised questions about how his wealth quickly accumulated ahead of the 2022 campaign. Elizabeth Schultze, ABC News, Washington.
Back here on the border, the National Guard has installed over 2 miles of fencing since the first feet of border fencing went up in El Paso last week. That's according to a Texas National Guard spokesperson who said Monday that more fencing is expected to be installed. As of yesterday, an estimated 22,000 migrants were sleeping in shelters and makeshift encampments across 3 northern Mexico cities, a number that is only expected to grow as Title 42 remains in legal limbo.
The number of asylum seekers in the U.S. has reached 1.6 million. Applications are pending in U.S. immigration courts. This is the largest number ever recorded. U.S. immigration courts have experienced a 7-fold increase in asylum cases from fiscal year 2012, when there were just 100,000 cases pending. Syracuse University has been keeping track of these numbers. The average wait for an asylum hearing is more than 4 years, but in Omaha's immigration court, the wait time is now to almost 6 years.
Overseas in Taiwan, the period of mandatory military service being extended from 4 months to a year. This comes after rising threats from China. Taiwan's president made the announcement today. The new period of service will begin in 2024 and will be eligible for those born after 2005. The president expressed that decision is necessary to protect their national security.
And in parts of Japan, mainly along the country's western coast, have been hit by heavy snow due to powerful winter fronts. Officials say heavy snow has killed 17 people and injured more than 90 others. The snowfall over the weekend brought the death toll up. One woman was found buried in the snow after it fell on her from a rooftop.
Outside with Live Cam, beautiful week, beautiful time to be off from school, maybe from work, enjoying the holidays. As the week progresses, the temperature rises. Gotta love that.
Absolutely. And here's something to keep in mind. Outside right now, we've got these beautiful cirrus clouds moving in, those wispy thin cirrus clouds. Right around sunset, they're going to make for gorgeous sunsets. So make sure to step outside anytime between 5 and about 5:40, and you'll see a beautiful sunset. Temperatures, though, warming up. It's now in the 50s, 52 degrees in San Antonio. But this morning, we had a freeze. Here's a look at this morning's lows. We've already seen temperatures rise some 20 degrees in San Antonio. We got down to 32 degrees. Elsewhere, generally in the upper 20s for this morning's low temperatures. Got down to 27 in Boerne, 28 in New Braunfels. Our 6th day in a row where the low has been at or below freezing. You won't have to worry about freezing temperatures tomorrow morning, though, or for that matter, for the rest of the week. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be at 35, around in the mid-30s in San Antonio. But by Thursday, our morning low is going to be close to our average high this time of year. We're going to be in the upper 50s for our morning low. Now, if you think this is warm, just wait until you see those afternoon high temperatures over the weekend. We're talking high temperatures in the mid-70s. It's going to be very pleasant, and all of that, a cold snap will be a thing of the past for us, at least until the next Arctic cold front. I've got the details for your New Year's Eve weekend coming up in a bit. David, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. The opioid crisis has taken a toll on many Americans for 2 decades, and we are grateful that doctors can now treat opioid addiction with many medications. But researchers from Massachusetts General Hospital found that some people may not reap the benefit from this treatment. With more, here is ABC's Justin Finch.
Studies find that more Black and Hispanic patients are dying from opioid overdose. Data from the last 10 years also show that Black and Hispanic patients are treated less for opioid use disorder compared to white patients. Buprenorphine is one type of treatment. It can be a pill, injection, or even a temporary muscle implant. It reduces cravings and withdrawal symptoms and keeps patients safe by reducing the chances of an overdose. A recent study found more white patients kept receiving treatment for at least 180 days compared to Black and Hispanic patients. Black and Hispanic patients need better access to doctors and clinics because longer treatment means better quality of life. So if you or someone you know is suffering from this disease and needs help accessing medications, please call your doctor or an addiction medicine specialist as soon as possible. With this Medical Minute, I'm Justin Finch, ABC News.
Well, gas prices are rising once again. After the break, how this will affect Americans in the upcoming warmer months.
And new year, new money. Some financial success next. We're going to have some advice for you on how to achieve that financial success in 2023.
These are your top headlines from Cheddar News. Amazon's drone delivery service Prime Air has officially taken off, making deliveries to customers in 2 cities in California and Texas. Packages 5 pounds or less should be delivered in under an hour to customers' backyards. Plans include expanding to other communities, though no timeline has been announced. U.S. natural gas supplies for heating and power are flowing about 10% below normal. That's after severe cold froze wells and pipes across several southern states over the weekend. Burst pipes leaked millions of gallons of water from Louisiana to South Carolina to Jackson, Mississippi, forcing residents to boil water. Winter storms forced airlines to cancel 3,800 flights and delay more than 7,400. That's according to FlightAware.com. Southwest, the hardest hit airline, canceled 70% of flights over the weekend and 60% on Tuesday. Experts say it will take several days to reschedule all the flights. And that's your Cheddar News update. I'm Chloe Aiello in New York.
So this year is wrapping up, and of course, many people are going to be making financial resolutions for 2023. And experts say don't wait until January 1st to pin down those money moves.
So in today's Consumer Watch, Jen Sullivan has 5 things financial experts recommend you do now to set yourself up for financial success next year.
Before you ring in the new year, how about reining in your 2023 finances?
You want to be able to have your ducks in a row. You want to have your finances organized.
After a year of historic inflation, rising interest rates, and growing recession fears, this duo of financial experts say now is the perfect time to reflect on your spending and plan for the future.
Prioritize paying off high interest rate debt, bulking up your emergency fund.
If improving your finances is one of your 2023 resolutions, here are 5 money moves to consider these final days of the year. 1. Look ahead and decide which big purchases you'd like to make next year. Then create a plan to afford that new car, house, or trip.
Making sure that you are building all of that into your budget is going to be number 1.
2. Look back at your expenses and figure out what worked and what didn't. 3. Tackle that lingering debt. Either pay it off now and avoid dragging it into next year, or come up with a plan to pay it off in 2023.
We see the feds raising the rates on interest. And so things like credit card debt, personal loans, anything that has a variable interest rate is going to cost you more.
4. Boost your emergency fund. Figure out the most scaled back amount you need in order to get by month to month.
That's going to include housing. It's going to include basic food and groceries, not a lot of dining out.
And 5, decide how much you'll invest next year and in what.
Just make sure that you're earmarking money for investing that you are not going to need for at least the next 10 years.
For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Well, holiday sales are up and it's more than expected this year. MasterCard Spending Pulse says shoppers spent 7.6% more this year than they did last year. So spending at restaurants and on clothing leading the way. Experts also say inflation helped push some shoppers to wait till later in the season, hoping to score deals on their purchases.
And gas prices are way down from the record highs they hit last summer, but don't get used to it. According to Gas Buddy, an app that tracks gas prices, the price at the pump could rise to $4 a gallon by May. That's significantly cheaper than the spike that topped $5 earlier this year, but the prediction is based on the higher cost to produce summer grade gasoline. Plus, it's said that more Americans hit the road in warmer months. Gas Buddy does admit that there is a lot of uncertainty in gas prices and accurate predictions can be challenging. So just look at the signs.
Average
Yesterday,
yeah.
It was 245. This morning,
254.
It was 259.
Oh, where you were at? Yeah.
Yeah.
I say if you,
average right now in San Antonio is
254.
54. Yeah.
If you can find anything less than that, fill up.
Get it.
All right, so outside right now, beautiful. Cirrus clouds moving in, temperatures rising. It's 54 degrees outside, a gorgeous afternoon for us. As you look at the pollen count, know that molds in mountain cedar are low today. We're in the middle of mountain cedar season, so anytime we get a north wind, we could see that change pretty quickly. Here's what we're going to talk about in the forecast. Steadily rising temperatures, mid-70s by the weekend. Any rain? Well, we do have slim chances on Thursday, but East Texas has better rain chances. I'll show you that as far as travel forecast goes, and drought will persist, unfortunately. And then finally, we're going to talk about a gorgeous New Year's Eve weekend. Great for ringing in 2023. I just hope for more rain in the new year. Details coming up.
So just like we've been dealing with freezing temperatures here on Earth, apparently Mars is as well.
Ooh, NASA captured images of Mars' changing landscape due to winter. Here's a photo that shows mega dunes with carbon dioxide, frost, and ice on them. The frost makes the dunes and other parts of Mars' landscape look darker, according to NASA. Mars also experiences cube-shaped snow that accompanies sub-zero temperatures. Is it the same kind of snow and the same kind of ice that we experience here on Earth, though?
I was reading about this, Sarah, and it said that they have square snow. I don't know what square snow is.
It's like the crystalline structure of the snowflake, you know. The
so I'm not getting pelted with cubes.
Right, no.
Okay.
Okay, so the composition of the atmosphere of Mars is different than ours. Mm-hmm. It's also a lot less dense. They do have an atmosphere, but it's a lot less dense. So on Mars, at your feet, if you were able to survive on Mars, it would be in the 70s, but because the atmosphere is so thin, by the time it get to your head, it would be like below freezing. So it's really cool.
So if there's ice and snow, there's water and there's life and there's Martians then.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, definitely Martian.
You know what they are doing though? They do look at the water deposits, the ice, and they look for signs of life.
Yeah,
so,
well.
It exists.
Wow.
And that's me. I'm no scientist. Listen to the real scientist, Sarah Spivey.
There's people out there.
I'm not an alien scientist, so can't really say.
Maybe you're an alien, though.
Okay, all right. Let's across the nation, the Climate Prediction Center went ahead and said we'll have above average temperatures likely through the end of the year and into the beginning of the year. And you know what? Especially those areas that have been very hard hit by the winter storm, they're going to have above average temperatures too. What does that mean for us here in San Antonio? Well, average this time of year is the low 60s. And you know what? That's what we're forecasting. We're forecasting high temperatures be above that as we head into the weekend. So today, the high will be around 60, coolest day of the next 7 days. So if you're not a fan of the warmer weather, soak up today. And if you are a fan of the warmer weather, just wait until the weekend. It's going to be gorgeous with highs in the mid to upper 70s. 52 degrees outside right now, southeast winds at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. You can see on the satellite that we are seeing some of those cirrus clouds streaming in from the west. Cirrus clouds are made out of ice crystals, and that's why they look wispy in the sky. It's 59 in Bandera, 55 in Bulverde, 53 at Stinson, and 58 in Pleasanton. Wider view here, 59 in Del Rio, 60 in Cotulla, and 58 in Pleasanton. That sunset's probably going to look really nice tonight with those cirrus clouds in place. Meanwhile, it's going to be 59 in Kerrville, 59 in Hondo, 66 in Cotulla, Missoula and 55 in Gonzales this afternoon, right around 4 p.m. On our weather setup across the nation, man, the northern tier of the United States just continues to see some issues from winter storms. As one storm exits, another storm is entering the northern tier. This one is really affecting the Pacific Northwest and the Pacific coast. A lot of rainfall from San Francisco down to Los Angeles, and some rain for Seattle and Portland, as well as some snowfall across the Rockies. This is going to cause more travel issues. Here in San Antonio, we're going to have fairly quiet weather, although you'll notice that it's going to get warmer steadily each day with a little bit more cloud cover too. Tomorrow morning, we're going to start off with some clouds, high temperature right around 66 in the afternoon. Thursday, we'll wake up to cloud cover and even a couple of very isolated showers possible on Thursday during the day. Coverage is only going to be 20%. We're not expecting a lot of rain around San Antonio at any means, but it is going to be a fairly gray day with a high temperature right near 70 degrees on Thursday. Then, as we look into Thursday afternoon and evening, those storms will come together on the east part of Texas into Louisiana. That's where severe weather is going to be possible. Some stronger storms are going to be possible Thursday in the late afternoon and evening hours across East Texas. If you have any travel plans across Texas at that time, keep that in mind. Otherwise, Friday itself is going to be fairly mostly cloudy and no real significant rain to talk about other than maybe a sprinkle in the early morning hours on Friday with some morning fog and a high temperature near 72. But just before it can get too humid, we do anticipate a dry push of air to move in just before New Year's Eve weekend. And so Saturday, New Year's Eve, is going to look great. High temperature of 75. Overnight, Saturday into Sunday, will cool down into the low 50s, and then Sunday, 76 and mostly sunny to usher in 2023.
It's so weird. I've been wearing all these sweaters and tights and heavy coats, and now it's like I'm seeing 75 and 77 back on the forecast.
Yep, flip-flops.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah.
After 150 acting credits, Bill Nighy is receiving his first Academy Award nomination. A look into his legacy coming up after the break.
Well, popular actor Bill Nighy is known for his films and Love Actually and The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel.
This year, after more than 150 acting credits, he's favored to receive his first ever Academy Award nomination. David Daniel talked with him about Living.
Mr. Williams, a little on the frosty side, perhaps. Not too much fun and laughter. Rather like church.
Bill Nighy plays a British civil servant desperate to change things in Living.
Small wonder I didn't notice what I was becoming.
Dad, you all right?
If only to be alive for one day. But I realize that I don't know how.
And I grew up in that atmosphere of post-war Britain, and I'm fascinated by what they call Englishness, but I'm sure there's characters of that kind in every culture. But we always take the rap for it. A modest but complex system of manners, which everybody was imprisoned by during that period, particularly. But I find there's something heroic about it as well.
Director Oliver Hermanus and screenwriter Kazuo Ishiguro had Nighy in mind for the role from the start.
There was this exploration that he and I had to do to kind of, in a way, shrink him because he is Bill Nighy. It was kind of fun for him to play this everyman who has a very little voice and a very small life and, is not necessarily very funny.
Mr. Rusbridger, we call him the hoverman because he just hovers his pen over the page with the intention of doing work but never actually doing work.
Amy Lee Wood plays a former colleague who helps him find his way.
She's just everything that I want to be. She's so present. She's so dynamic. She knows what she wants. She's deeply kind whilst also being assertive.
This man who until yesterday was living a shell of an existence.
And I so very much do not wish to do so.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Hadn't won an Academy Award yet.
I know.
We have our own superstars. So if you need to beat the post-Christmas blues, how about a little calm?
We're talking about superstars Mike and Fiona. They are learning some ways to keep calm and carry on today's Essay Live.
Don't worry, Fiona. Relax.
That's
Adina Anderson,
right.
our Creative Lifestyles with Adina, is here to help us start our new year off stress-free.
All right, so yeah, this is a great way to just kind of end your workday, right?
This is really good when it gets really inflated like that.
Okay, once again, this is the Homedics Yoga Stretch Massager. And one way to stay entertained and inside, where it might be nice and toasty, is by doing crafts with your kids.
Yeah, these are such fun things to do. We've got pipe cleaners here, plates, and Adina Anderson.
Well, we are about to find out if the juice is worth the squeeze. Yes, and Alex Simpson, co-owner of Squeezer's Juice Bar, is back to help us squeeze some juices.
Well, this local gym aims to unify medicine and fitness.
And we went inside to talk to the owner about what makes a Lyceum gym different.
That and a whole lot more coming up on SA Live.
Well, 25-year-old named Brooke Rogan is adding a new pink champagne bar to her growing list of ventures after her wine tour company quickly took over the Hill Country winery scene.
Rogan is now expanding her pink wine tour company, Brooke's Bubble Bus, into a full-fledged champagne bar. Drawing inspiration from her travels across Europe, she hopes to bring back a piece of European flair to the Texas Hill Country.
Sarah Spivey and I just looked at each other.
Yeah. Check all that out on
Looks
our website,
interesting.
KSAT12.
Yeah, check it out on KSAT.com. 60 degrees today for the high temperature this afternoon. Some morning fog early tomorrow and Thursday. We'll slowly warm up, though. Tomorrow morning, the low will be in the 30s, but then by Thursday morning, low's going to be close to 60 degrees. So warming up over the weekend, pretty nice. Speaking of champagne flutes, look at that. Cheers to the new year. We're going to be looking at highs in the upper 70s for the first day of 2023.
I'm cheersing you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, David.
Cheers, David. Cheers. That wasn't very enthusiastic.
Awesome. But I'm trying to stay calm because that's what Mike and Fiona do. It's calm on SA Live, and it starts right
now.